What up, cousin Joy's in the chat? What it do? What it do? Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Don't hurt her, Monica. But I don't know. Oh, I see green. Okay. I see. Oh, this has been a task. If anybody tells me that I'm buffering, keep it to yourself. Okay? Understood? I don't want to hear anything about buffering. Okay. I still have not changed my location. I'm in the basement. But I did have to do some upgrade. I had to do some technical stuff with the Wi-Fi. I don't know how I should deal with this watch with y'all. Let me just err on the side of I don't know who might call me. So that's it. Hey Joy, how does sound? Sound check. My mic sound nice. Check one. But you know, today is worship. And worship is what worship is. Well, if I find the screen. What floating emoji? I don't know nothing about no floating emoji. Well, hello. Sound is good. All I know is my thing says excellent connection. Okay. So you know I had the battle of the war with the Wi-Fi guys messing around with the cable company. I made some changes. Yo, her food is smelling good upstairs. Um, so I had them come out, do some repairs, and then I came down here, run some new wire, yada yada yada, only to discover that someone hacked into my extender. So after we did all this rewiring and all this other stuff, then I couldn't still connect the way I wanted to connect because my extender had been hijacked by one of my neighbors. Hey Cynthia, what's up? What it do? What it do? Hey, shout out to JJ out there. Oh God, they just choked. Somebody just I felt the choke when I said shout out to JJ out there. Shout out to JJ out there for his new song. I gotta get permission to crank that up for y'all. But it was fire. What's up, People's Lounge? Okay, let's get over some administrative things. As I said in my community post, I will be going live with the members to have a discussion about J4K public business that I don't want to make public. Oops. So I'm going to show LTG, who I know knows how to do a private live stream where nobody that's not a member can't get a copy of it unless they record it. So when somebody comes out here and tells you, hey, I did a members only live, but I put it on unlisted. That's not a members only live. That is just what it is. It's an unlisted video that you gave the link to your members only, who then shared it out. I don't know who in their right minds, and you know this could just be me, and this might be why y'all dub some people little anxiety. Who in their right mind records, and this will be the second time on the YouTube that I'm aware of, records the exit of their man. Nobody in their right mind would be sitting inside of a house recording the man moving out. It's unbelievable that somebody would do that. So this is hubby number 2, which is actually hubby number 5, that she just gonna disrespect that man and do some crap. So I'll talk about that on a separate live because there's more things that I want to say there. But I just want to say it to my members. Because I just think Listen, 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 Linda, listen. People from the South, right? They call us up here in in New York Yankees, right? And I only heard that terminology when I got here on the YouTube, because ain't nobody ever called me a Yankee, okay? But um, Louisiana Purchase, right, knows exactly what she's doing for clicks and views. Period. Period. But the bid owes me a personal public apology. So I don't give a damn that her household, which I already told y'all months ago, and I told her man was falling apart when he spent half of his night in the mud. And actually, over here, I'm not even calling that Mississippi musty bullshiz mud. I'm calling it quicksand. Because if you've noticed, ever since some water got hit on that, it's been sinking. It's been a sinking ship ever since. Okay? Maybe it was because the operator, because I'm not convinced that she's the owner of that channel. But the operator of that channel was over there trying to get between the legs of Karen, KKK, or Momomo by offering to send me in a P.O. box her panties. So, see, when you get caught up in Sexgate, you miss all the stuff that's going on around you. And that's all that was going on. So, when we see her channel sinking like quicksand. You got man, and this is my opinion. So let's just be clear on this. You entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. Over here, I'm entitled to my own opinion, which I back up with the Momo facts. Okay, so let's just put those in its proper perspective. When I look at a relationship with a man and a woman, right, I value marriages and I value that institution when the man himself values that institution. See, a man where I come from and my understanding of biblical scriptures is that, or my understanding of scripture is, man takes a wife and he makes her a home. And anytime a woman violates that order of operation, she is not going to be successful in that relationship. You either have to do one or two things when you decide to marry, when you accept his invitation to marriage. And that is, you have to become submissive. Everything, even if you are the top dog in the relationship, terms of being the earner, the breadwinner, the etc., you still have to let a man be a man. And what we saw for months now, since that marriage, the wrinkle marriage, right? When she didn't care about her husband's appearance over her. See, one thing about a woman, when she loves her man, everything about him is set to success. She makes sure he looks good, he smells good. You understand? Everything is preparing him for you. Not for the world. Not for the world. Not for big mama drama. That's not how that goes. That's not how that goes down. But when you don't know how to love your black man, you will definitely lose your black man. Period. End the subject. And normally a man only tells you once, if he has to tell you at all, what he dislikes. If you gotta be shown the things that hurt him, he don't need you. When Myron said, I'm reaching out to homie to speak to him, that was a level of respect for that man. What Myron was in essence saying, I got a dispute with your wife, but I want to speak to you, hubby, because it's out of abundance of respect from man to man. Because, see, another man just don't go disrespecting another man's wife. Unless he has no respect for that man, then he bypasses him to go and attack the female in that man's life. Normally, real men, the one that pees standing up, they don't do stuff like that. The ones that pee sitting down, they can do anything. But they would confront you. They would confront her man and be like, hey, this is what's going down. This was the first relationship that I ever seen the husband be like, deal with my wife. That's my wife's business over there. But I guess when you done seen suicide missions around here, you don't want to participate in those either. I kind of get it. But it lets you know if a woman ain't worth dying for, she ain't worth lying for. And lying is lying in bed with her. She ain't worth none of it. And that's basically what it comes down to. And last but not least, the same way he got there is the same way he exited. Period. Remember, he was supposed to be getting down with this woman named Queen Miko. Shout out to Miko. She got a whole VIP room over here at Momomo Land. But he was supposed to be with her. And he cheated, or deceptive practices, because I'm not going to say cheated, because I don't know if he really thought he was with her or she just thought she was with him. But nevertheless, some deception went on there. And he used her to get down the Louisiana Purchase to get with the woman that now he just took the Wi-Fi from and got up out of it. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. When I do my once over on my private live with just my subscribers, or the members actually, I'm going to make it very clear that this will be my last time covering this. The reason why I'm speaking openly and publicly is because that woman lied on me a couple of weeks ago. And she told the whole entire YouTube that was listening, people from abroad or whatever, she made up this story that I contacted husband number 4, was it? Yeah, husband number 4, and had a conversation with him. I don't even know husband number 4's phone number, fucking name, or anything about husband number 4, other than to say what the rest of the world is calling him over here, convict. And that's what Karen named him. So when somebody called up and said, hey, convict. No, Karen put out a video talking about that marriage breakdown, talking about that man and what that man had to say in his relationship with her. And she couldn't handle it. You know why she couldn't handle it? Because she knew her current relationship was in the same shambles. So she did everything and anything to try to rope in other people to believe that there was something else. I'll share one more goodie with y'all. When the woman made the video talking about Momo called some old woman, called that man, and she believed it to be Monica. She did something very interesting in that live. She asked, what up, Elemental P? She asked that man, her husband, after having already spoken to and recording husband number 4, which she obviously had a pre-conversation with Uno. Then she recorded him DOS. And then when she was about to play it for the rest of us stress, she decided to ask her husband for consent. I was like, yo, this is a joke. This is a freaking joke. First, she gassed up the audience. I got to get to a certain number of subscribers, blah, 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 in order for me to play husband number 4. And then she bowed to her hubby and said, hey, do you mind if I play husband number four? And I'm saying in my head, he probably mind that you was speaking to husband number four. But see, when you have no respect for your relationship, you end up doing stuff like that. When you have no respect for your relationship, you end up doing stuff like that. You end up being in the situations that you're in. No other platform that I've seen thus far has taken, no, I'm not going to say that because I didn't see Anita on her panel. I think the video's gone. Somebody want to send me the link. I'll look for it. But I didn't see a video to watch Anita get up there. So, from what I understand, Anita gave her the business. Like, but don't be expecting any empathy from the rest of us because you don't have none for the rest of us. I don't feel any glee or dismay that her husband and her are having issues. I don't feel anything about it. And the reason why I don't feel anything about it is because it's not my business. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. That's point blank. Hey, I'm Shantae. I don't really care. And that's it. And that's how she should have been in other people's relationships around here. She should have been like she ain't care. But see, when people go sniffing in other people's territories, they tend to not understand what's going on in their own. So when Joy came out here with her pain and problems moment, telling the rest of us she's celebrating her success, and she made a video, that woman hammered on it. Where's the ring? Where's this, right? She found ways to tear at that woman, right? She found ways to make Joy feel uncomfortable about what was going on in her life. People ain't got time to be doing that with people around here. No one's gonna go and try to make her feel uncomfortable, even though they should, because they would be within the right. This is when you have to take the higher road with this stuff. She been down this road before. It was evident it was coming. The rest of us could predict it because the successful marriages don't start with I need to get married to avoid fornication. They just don't start there. Now, in this community, I think that it is apparent that we have a collective of people who formulate a community who are strong in their establishment, but weak in their defense of their community. So let me just make this abundantly clear. Interesting, because she was like this in her life and pretty much mind your business. So you're right, Mo. I don't care to tear her pain and problems down. Right. She wants people to take her apart. And let me tell you right now, shout out to Money Boy Trey, right? That boy over there, he's gonna do a great job of it. And he had JJ up there. Yo, let me just take my Mo moments for a moment. Why I go and click on the video, first of all, like 3 minutes before it's ending this morning. I wake up. I was like, oh, why didn't somebody tell me this was on? I was crocheting and everything. I could have been watching this while I was doing that. Instead, I got there and then I couldn't go back. I was like, Monica, see what happens when you show people how not to do something and then they do it and then you can't do it. So I couldn't, what do y'all call it? Red ball it. So I had to wait for the music to end or whatever. So I started all over from the beginning. I write this long community post. I come back and I start to watch it, and I see him put up Kid Dynamite. And I'm listening to the lyrics of JJ's song, and I'm just like, I can't. I can't with it. I just can't with it. You had to be here in all the seasons to know what I'm talking about. And if anybody is confused, it's because you ain't from where we from. And I'm going to say this one more time, just for the people in the cheap seats. It ain't where you from. It's where you're at right now. And I'm going to go through this Kanika experience for the rest of us, and I'm going to tell you my take on it. Y'all are entitled to your own take and how you feel. Hey, EB, how you feel about something you've participated in. But can't no Negro, right? And I said Negro, tell you how you came into existence over here. So for this peoples to be running around here talking about y'all representing a girl, hell to the no. I never heard people say they was representing Kanika. I heard people say they was seeking justice for Kanika. See, I had to walk y'all through this. When Kanika passed, I was a mother. I didn't know nothing about hotel parties and that. I got involved in this quest for justice because a mother was on the screen saying, help me search for my child. These people in that hotel, the last place my child was seen, won't look for my child. Want to try to tell me that she's everywhere else but in their property. She went in there and she came out in a body bag. So, who is that representing? What is that representing? That's a desire. You joined something based on something that happened. How could we honestly, and this is a repugnant of the men that say that, the men that say that, right? Because see, you looking at Kanika as a whore. I'm looking at Kanika as some mother's daughter that somebody did not want to go look for, unlike the heifer that got looked for recently. And I'm not even going to compare stories at this point because I want people to identify where they came from in this quest. That's ground zero for me. So all of these people who weren't here or may have been here but weren't vocal, because let's face it, this online live community began for most of us through that experience. This has been a live community that were united in a struggle for justice on many levels. They took on the injustice at the hotel, the injustice from our own kind that were the advocates who weren't advocating, because we always got the people that forget our people. They start off and we learn some things along the way about these activists and their quest. And then eventually we learned about the people who supported those endeavors. I learned about the Kanika case from my friend who is no longer here. Put me on when we was at our annual woman's lunch brunch. And I was sitting around the table with them, and they was like, "Hey, Mo, did you hear about this?" And I was like, "No." And so it intrigued me, and I became more in tune to what was happening. And the mother's pain. So I wasn't here day one, but I was here day something. And that was what brought me here. It brought abundance of awareness to me. But to hear people say, "You're here representing the values of that young lady," and what values are we representing when we don't even know how she died? What are you talking about? Go shut up somewhere over there. Why don't y'all go sniffing around the woman that you around and stop trying to tell the rest of us what we here for, what we about? Now, with that being said, I hate to be defending the folks around here because character speaks a lot. But for every bad actor that is within this community, I do have people that are good actors in here. People that are well. That means they not sick in the brain or whatever. We got some decent, honest people around here, right? And then we got some people that just support effery, right? For on the guise of entertainment. And when you could distinguish when good people just seek some entertainment, they don't care what the entertainment is, right? You have to look at all right. I can give you one character here who represents very well somebody that doesn't care about the real issues, but only cares about the entertainment factor. Because when he can, he laughs. When he see pain around here, he laughs. It's people like that. It's the troublemakers. It's the people that stir things up to keep the confusion within the group that they are, because it's not just one person, it's a collective of them, right? It's a gang, right? They call themselves a gang too. They sit around here and they start trouble, right? And I had some affiliation with them until the day they paid somebody to go after a person that was going after me. And I no longer wanted any parts of that. Like, I was like, wait a second. If you're willing to pay somebody to take out my enemy, what would you do when I become your enemy? Like, I've always thought that way. And I've seen what they've done. They team up with everybody and anybody by any means necessary to try to take a person out. So that is disturbing to me. So I'm this part is because some man was over here trying to explain what the community should stand for and why the people don't stand for that. Well, they don't stand for that, sir, because that may not have been their origin. So you can't assume that because people say they the J4K sector, that sector means they stood for Kanika. Because embedded in that, right? Embedded in that one community were people that were for and against. And let me tell you something about that dynamic. They were coexisting the whole damn time. The people that believed it and the people that didn't believe it. You know why? Because in the beginning, there was honest debate. There was respectful jargon between people. People were not cult members at that moment. They were all independent thinkers, bringing their emotion up front and able to defend their emotion. They were sitting up here telling folks exactly what their point of view was. And they was sticking to it. Either they was for something or against something and they understood what that was. Is this the real dude? Or is this a troll account? Come in peace or leave in pieces. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Um. Should I wait? Anyway, at the end of the day, um, people. No, I didn't drop no link. I just was asked. I was just inquiring about this account in the room. Oh, just make me remember some things about some things. Mo mo mo. Let me put some virgin type security up here. Um, how you know that's who you seeing? That channel right there only got 4 subscribers. You up here, hey, how you doing? Long time no see. Ugh. Okay, those are the distractions. Those are the distractions. Hopefully we won't have no more. This woman, Unspoken Purpose. If you know, you know. Oh, I think it was over a week ago. It's almost like 2 weeks ago. It was. I was at work, so it had to be a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Thursday. When this woman went live, Unspoken Purpose, that is, went live talking crump about me on her panel. All right. Um, I don't remember today what was said. And the reason why I don't remember today what was said is because when it was going down, I reached out to somebody and I said, take a moment to look at this and let me know what's going on because I'm in the middle of a company event and I can't listen to hate speech against Momomo at the time because I was busy. I was engaged in something else, so I can't listen to it. And no one else was willing to listen to it either that I know of, that I was aware of. So I didn't really get to consume all the hate. But what I did hear, the one chunk of thing that I did hear and I did consume, I came out and put out a short take from a larger video of a conversation between um, JJ and Unspoken Purpose on my platform. I was I was reinforcing my position that when Unspoken Purpose was confronted by JJ straight up, she cowered to his way of speaking and everything. So, some people could view that video and say, oh, or view that piece of time and say, oh no, she was for, she stood her ground, what have you. They're within their rights to view it that way. I view it from the lens of I saw her answer the question as he instructed her to answer it. And I understood what he was saying then to be the status quo at the time, which was she was coming for our channels, or she was coming for the leadership in the J4K sector. See, when people try to do a takeover, and if you look at the thing, it's a merger, right? An acquisition. When they try to do a merger and acquisition of something, they first have to identify the most valuable assets. And they have to find a way to either take those over first friendly or get rid of those. So when you have voices like a Karen's perspective, JJ, right? Monica Mo Justice. Let me see who else took some hits around here. She was speaking to Joy Chit Chat, but Joy went over there and Joy brought them back into the community. She never went out there in those alleyways messing around with riffraff. We wouldn't have to deal with unspoken purpose at this moment. But Joy went out there and got herself tipsy in some stuff, and we got stuck with that. It was a radical moment. We got stuck with that. Let me see what other kind of voices. I guess I'm gonna have to say like an LTG type channel, right? So she had to identify, or they had to identify the channels here. They had help because you got a person like Gears who according stop. What's not true? You have a person like Gears going into that community reporting back to her according to JJ at the time. What I released, I'm giving you our thoughts at the time. You got somebody going over into a new community, introducing the new community to the key players here in the Kanika community, and then trying to tell them how they should see us. You understand? Because one of the key components was they prophesize. First of all, to prophesize something, you need to be a prophet. I didn't bring her. I told you, do reach out to her. I had nothing to do with that. Who's the dude, Joy? When he was reaching out, I was the first one saying, no, sir, but he was networking. Who is the he? No, Joy, I need you to put a name on the him. Who was the him in your explanation? Cause see, this is part of the problem when people don't want to hold accountability. But first, I want to get to the him. I got time. You know the he, the X. All right. Money Boy Trey was your man, which means you went in and out of the community and interact with these people. You. Nobody else but you. So when he makes the connection, it is considerate. You know how some people say, I do something vicariously through someone else? That's what happened. Those are facts, Joy. You've got to live with this. You was in a relationship with a man, a partnership, a business that turned romantic, right? And in that, you guys collaborated or was working on something, and in that day-to-day activity, y'all came across this woman, Unspoken Purpose, and that may have started. Actually, as now I'm walking through the concept of it, let me see how that works out in my head. Because I'm thinking about the enemies that you had along the way, the John Franks and the let's say the John Franks and the Gears, whom I don't know how they became your enemy, but honestly, there was something going on. Well, I know how, yeah, I don't feel like going through y'all history of stuff. But the bottom line is, you and through you made a connection with this woman, and then the Unspoken Purpose woman. And it then turned into a hostile relationship. However it turned into, it turned hostile. And then you guys use a terminology called ops. Your ops became besties with her in her world because she was anti you. She was opposing you at the time. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your however you guys were walking around dealing. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I wasn't following Joy at that time. So I can't tell you specifically when, where, or how a relationship evolved or didn't evolve because I wasn't following it. But the logic here is that Joy interacted with the woman. So it doesn't matter if it was Joy's man who interacted or if it was Joy directly. But in that video where she was up here, Joy, you made many references to you talking about somebody that was close to UP that made her react to you. Like y'all was up here doing stuff about mukbangers or whatever you commented on. She didn't agree with your comment and she did her own commentary. Yada dee, yada da, la da dee. And that's what happened. So when I say Joy, right? And any other time, Joy wants to be the person to talk about, I'm the one introduced everybody to everybody. But then when you call it out, she don't wanna own it. The bottom line is, and this became a distraction from whatever I was gonna say. So EB was correct. The bottom line is, Joy was a member of the J4K sector, and she branched out, and other members of the J4K sector went out on a hunt to watch closely whatever Joy was doing, positive or negative, and whatever they could get an action out of. They went and did it, point blank. And that's it. This woman making videos about Monica Mo Justice, she started making videos about me. Period. Okay? She saw me after Joy and I got back together. She saw me talking to Money Boy Trey, interacting with the Steak Gang, interacting with Truth Hurt's panel, right? She saw maybe the interaction that was a consequence of what John Frank did when he went and got the guy Nardfather, the boxer from Brooklyn. When he went and convinced the boxer from Brooklyn to come to Queens and fuck with Mo Momo. Okay? She made commentary about my reactions, right? Because this is what she does. She does commentary. I got on her radar because I was engaged in some things that happened against me, but in that other community. And she did commentary on it that made her somewhat familiar with me, that she felt comfortable enough to do commentary on it. So when this woman tells you folks Mo started with her, this is something that y'all should dead immediately. Because had she not been engaged in a constant fight with Money Boy Trey and Truth Hurts, she would not have become familiar with me. She was following their storyline. And when I got incorporated into one of the situations spearheaded by John Frank, as a result of what John Frank and LTG believed to be Joy breaking up with Money Boy Trey, they began to make videos over here. What's up, Boogie? They began to make videos. And when they started making the videos, John Frank called that man over there, right? Nardfather, because Nardfather was being disrespectful to Joy. And he was like, yo, I could get with her. Now that you not with Money Boy no more, come over here and get with me. A whole man with a wife, allegedly, in Brooklyn projects, was trying to solicit a woman in Nevada. John Frank calls him onto the panel, and he's sitting up there, hey, you know what? You want to get with Joy, blah, 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 blue. And then out of the blue, he says, you want to get with Mo? And the guy is like, oh, Mo? I think I know a Mo Justice. Oh, like a cornball ass, fake ass Brooklyn nigga. He got the nigga. I couldn't believe my ears. Okay, so now the guy is on the platform saying, I might know somebody like that. The guy gets off the platform, starts writing me in comments, and then eventually reaches out when he's here in Queens with the block. Come see me. Who the hell are you, sir? Now, if that ain't the worst kind of trafficking example of what a grown man allowed another grown man to convince him to do on this platform, and a woman who says she's anti-bullying should have seen that in a light of that was unfair treatment towards Monica Mo Justice, whoever that bitch is over there. She didn't deserve for John Frank to send the Nardfather after her. But instead, she made commentary to the conversely, saying, I don't know why Monica's picking on the Nardfather, because, bitch, you don't know. That's exactly what the problem is. You didn't look at the facts to find out why some things happened. Period. So I don't want to hear nothing else. You were speaking against me for what you don't know. And you was acting as if you did know. And that was wrong. I didn't even know who you was. Now Karen goes over there and trips into somebody's space, and she's like, yo, why you calling yourself TM, whatever, whatever, whatever. And this woman starts flipping out. Oh, look how weak Monica is. And the people that, her sheepdogs, they start saying the same thing, mimicking the same sentiments. Oh, look how weak Monica is. She didn't stand up for Karen while Karen was over there. That's supposed to be her friend. She's supposed to have in public stood by her side, like Tammy Wynette. Shout out to Hillary Clinton when she was trying to explain why she shouldn't be doing a stand by your man when her man's penis was in Monica Lewinsky's mouth. Okay? So she was like, yeah, I'm not doing a stand by your man. So Mo was not doing a stand by Karen for everything that Karen got herself into. The things I agree with Karen on, I publicly agree with her on. The things I didn't, I spoke on it. Karen made her position. Mo, don't do that. That's going to show division. Understood. But I have to stand on me. Period. I don't care that it showed division, that I had independence. To me, that was more important than showing that I don't share the same thoughts 100% with Karen 100% of the time. All of you should be that way. If you share the thought with somebody, share the thought. But if you have a differing opinion, and if it's differentiated from that other person's, stand on that. That's who I am. I'm not going to change because I believe in somebody. It's not going to make me believe in that person less. I'm just saying, I still got you, but I ain't got you on that. Very hard to have friends that stand like that. I'm in the same position. People see shit and they be like, Monica, don't even go after this fucking unspoken purpose bitch. She ain't worth your time of day. I could listen to that. I felt otherwise. Difference of opinion. I go my way on that. The problem with people is that when you don't go their way, then they got a problem with you being independent. I'd rather lose every relationship around me than give up my integrity. Period. See, I can't replace my integrity when it is shattered. You can't build that back up. That's when your self-esteem starts to dwindle and stuff like that. So you're going to have to stand on something. And sometimes other people are going to stand on what they stand on. And you're going to be in a standoff. And then here's a concept that some of y'all just don't understand how to deal with. This is when you say, I agree to disagree. Y'all don't know what that looks like because people are just in argumentative phrases of life. And all they want to do is argue their point. And if you can't see their point, they will argue it till they can't argue it no more. That's stupid to me. That's really stupid to me. And I'm not about to participate in that kind of stuff. I feel a certain kind of way. I can sit up here and I can go through, which I have. I can go through an 8-hour video, which of the 8-hour video, 3 hours unspoken purpose was there. This is somebody whose name says, I don't have a purpose, but I'm not afraid. Everything about you, bitch, is fear. Because you don't have a purpose. It's unspoken. That other woman said, listen, I can't deal with a bitch that ain't got a purpose. The one thing in life is you set goals and things for yourself that you want to attain, right? All of that is purpose. So anybody telling you that they don't have a purpose because it's unspoken, it's something you can't see, it's something you can't hear, but they're not afraid. Oh, yes, they are. They're afraid of their unspoken purpose. They know damn Skippy that they needed to stand for something. So now they come out down the road and say, I stand for facts. You stand for the truth that you manipulate into a fact. And on that panel that day with Unspoken Purpose and Karen, she argued a nonsensical item with Karen and then tried to make Karen seem like she was the person that was irrational. She's like, hey, what do you think about a person that says that they are the person that got their own information? And I'm like, this is the shit Karen do. Karen don't got informants. She's her own informant. Unlike you, bitch, you got people from this community, and I stand on that. Who in this community sent JJ's information to her following that video? Understand this. I can't fight you. But I think if I was that person and I saw how they was trying to rape my community and make a forced merger, I'd be like, hell no, we won't go. Yeah, this is the point. Think of Unspoken Purpose of being slave ships in the middle of Africa getting loaded up with black people. But instead, it's the Kanika tribe over here. It's this whole community. She's trying to put them on a boat with her. Put them on a boat where there's no known purpose until you get there and get drawn in. Because believe you me, there's a purpose, but it ain't spoken. So there's no known purpose, and she's supposed to be unafraid. If a person wasn't afraid, they wouldn't need no merger. She wouldn't need the Kanika community. She needs y'all. Know your value. Don't go running into these other people's communities when you could just build up your own. See, when the other lady, Loca Libra, spoke to tell us that she was once in this community, made a video, 8 videos maybe at the beginning, and she defined the talent that was within the community, right? Now we're talking about, she described the original people, the first level, right? Because remember now, we're building a community here, right? So there's going to be the ancestral passageway, right? You know, forefathers, right? And then the next group and the next level of people that come in. All right, so the original people that were covering the case. That's one component of the community. The community thrived because there were investigative platforms displaying the information, and then there were people in the chat, right, the chatters, who were doing other investigations, sharing more information. It was a more collaborative experience, right? Everybody didn't have a platform. When I was in the women's group, we had to go to one of the established male platforms in order to put our discovery to task, because we didn't have a platform. We went there, we was like, yo, here's what we got. Can somebody help us blow? Hey, Rio. And that's what we did. So everybody didn't have a platform at the time, but had a voice. When we was in those chats, we were a voice. When you listen to a person that tells you they unspoken and they not afraid, right? They have a unspoken purpose, and they're not afraid. That doesn't sound remotely close to who we are as a people. The people that came together for that same cause that the man wants to say, y'all don't know what y'all stand for. They always knew what they stood for. They stood for justice when injustice was before us. What happened, and it's just incomprehensible, is that those large platforms started coming for each other. It was a breakdown only with the same resemblance as Babylon from the Bible. And if you know your biblical stories, you will know what happened at Babylon. And Babylon is a frequently mentioned place inside the Bible. This J4K community, when you look at the establishment of live community on this YouTube for black folks, it's unprecedented that we are the leaders of the motherfucking pack. Know your worth. You are value added at every level. If you wasn't, they would not be trying to recruit you, pursue you, and do an acquisition so publicly. They don't want people to explain openly that people can see their purpose. See, when they think that you're so damn divided, right, because of the conflicts that go on in the Kanika community, right? They think they could just come up in here and pull a motherfucker and drag her out and dog walk her up and down some other platform around here, and it's going to be okay. It's not. It's not. Never has been. I don't like the shit I saw happen to people that are over here that I don't fuck with. And I damn sure would have went swinging in anybody's motherfucking community for anybody that came from over here. I have done it. I have went in other people's territory and been like, come on, come so-and-so, come on down from there, let's go home. No wrench. Didn't even get on a platform. Just popped up in a motherfucker's room and been like, come on, claiming bodies around here. I've done it. I've put my motherfucking work in this community. So I'm not going to be disrespected by any bitch from another community. Period. End of story. So I'm angry by the fact that people allow this shit to happen. Period. End of story. I don't go around telling people who not to fuck with around here. But you cannot be that naive that you cannot see the destruction of some people. Now, I didn't tell nobody to go claiming Bam. I've tried my best to keep myself as neutral with Bam as possible. Where I can help her, I have. Where I can't fuck with her, I don't. Because I acknowledge her for what she is. A member of the society that's over here. Every person that I interact with, or every person that exists here in the real world, when I walk out of my house, I don't know everybody on this damn block. I don't. But I do know who's in my community. And I do know that if I saw somebody mistreating somebody in my community, I'm going to try to be a resource of help. So I might just call the po-po. But I'm never going to look another way. I'm never going to look backwards and be like, oh, no. So it's unfortunate that up here, these people who came in invading the J for K space, trying to redefine your existence, who understand your value beyond the doxing and the doofy shit y'all do, right? Why y'all let that stand? That's what I don't understand. You understand? No trademark, bitch. That's what she is. A no trademark bitch. She tried to mimic Karen. You guys hated Karen so much that y'all went over there and fell in love with her, Karen's words. Y'all got wrapped up, and I say smelling the coochie. Y'all got wrapped up in smelling that woman's coochie that you think she's something special. I haven't seen it. And I tried to be around it with an open mind. You got Eric Brown doing his subliminal shiz over here, giving you video after video about what he's saying going on there that is so wrong. And the reason why I'm saying that is because somebody tried to approach me and tell me Eric Brown was throwing shade at me when he made this last video. No. He's always talking about what he see going on around here. She had friends, according to him. She had friends, and then she didn't have friends no more. She lost her friends because the new friends came over. And I'm saying, this is my perspective on it. She only had 2 people in the room when Karen was over there. She got all of these friends because they went over there either on 2 different levels. They either went over there because they came from the J for K community and she was having a problem with Karen. And then they got stronger over there because she had a problem with Money Boy Trey, that boy over there. She got into that scandal simultaneously. Guess what? She got into Sexgate with him, sending a broad picture. And then one of her supporters, who really wasn't a supporter, right? Because you got Truth Hurts defending her initially and then having to fall back and say, yeah, nah, I can't defend her. Look what happened. When Truth Hurts was defending her, Unspoken Purpose Unafraid so Truth was for her, saying, I don't know why Karen came over here doing that. Y'all need to check Karen. Unspoken Purpose Unafraid, her position was, oh, Truth Hurts is for her, I'm against her. We didn't even hear at that moment that there was a problem that predated Karen going over there asking about the TM. She took a whole biased approach that if Truth Hurts was for Karen's perspective, was for Nicole's perspective TM, then she was going to be against it. When the circumstances shifted and Truth Hurts was no longer supporting Nicole's perspective TM, which was a surprise to Karen and myself. We pop up, Karen pops up on a panel and she's asking her like, hey, Truth, hey, Money Boy Trey, how you gonna be talking about Truth Hurts people like that? And he has to explain like, yo, there was shake up. The bitch with no purpose, Unspoken Purpose, Unafraid, changed her position instantaneously to now a spot where she was supporting Nicole's perspective and was now speaking negative towards Karen. And that's how you come up with the whole lie about the they thing. And that they thing is very important. And I'm going to have to revisit it from my clip and from Karen. Karen has put out a video trying to explain it. But to me, it don't connect enough to show y'all that this bitch who is supposed to be unspoken purpose and unafraid is everything but the opposite. She's got a divine purpose that she self-created, and she's a scaredy fucking cat. Meow. Meow. Bitch, leave me out of your shit. But I will, at my pleasure, go back and revisit. I got other shit going on in life that don't include you. I got a meet and greet I'm coordinating for my channel. And I got other things going on that you guys will see in the coming weeks, and they're not that far away. I am going to DC for the DC Pen Show. So any bitch that lived in DC that was talking about pull up to DC and all this other shit, catch me at the Pen Show. So now you've been put on notice, can purchase you a ticket to the Pen Show, and you could come with all that gangster shit, and we could dip and dab at the Pen Show. Because I'm all for it at the Pen Show. So now you know my location. It's in your motherfucking state, or whatever the fuck you want to call the District of Columbia. I don't see you there. I don't want to hear another fucking word out of your motherfucking mouth other than why you snapped a picture of a sleep penis. Bye-bye. 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 You know, this how you gotta because I just can't believe that bitches come up here on the internet and tell other bitches they're gonna step to them, they're gonna do this to them, blah, 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 blah. So now I done gave you my fucking itinerary. See you there, bitch. And if you are no-show at the event, I'm good. Say less. Say fucking less. Period. Because then I put that shit down the bed. And I got much shit going on. You understand? It's just you just get to a point where I'm tired of the bullshit around here. I'm just tired of this bullshit. I'm fed up with it. Absolutely fed up with it. You know what ended up happening to some people? You can't call them out, but you can call them out. Took a whole other channel name as well. I don't know. I don't know who took what name. Are we talking about? I missed when that came through. I could care less. I really, you know, when Karen went over there with the trademark thing, it was Karen's thing. She felt like somebody was taunting her, setting her up, knowing this about her. She felt a certain kind of way, right? Only thing I can say to anybody is nobody should be in your headspace that well that they can predict your next move, that you make that move, that it makes you make that move. You cannot tell people that is what you engage in. That because somebody, this is like throwing carrots at people. You have to be like, yeah, no. I see, they use this terminology today. I see the play. Fuck that. See the playbook. All these people running around here, I'm watching the play. I see the play before they make the play. No, did you get the playbook? Because the playbook says, why are they even over here? Because, see, that's what I asked Karen when she went over there. Why you went over there? Why were you didn't belong there? Is what I said to Karen. You shouldn't have went over there. The question is, why are they over here? If you have nothing to add, why are they making titles about you? Why? Because you got everything to add to people who have no purpose, people that have no content. They are vultures around here. I watched a video from the no trademark bitch, right? Nicole's perspective, right? She's like, listen to the paranoia, right? Y'all I couldn't fucking believe this, right? Couple of days ago, she's live. Yeah, bitch, you looking for my videos? I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. That's why I keep taking all my videos now. I'm a monetized channel, but I'm not gonna let you. So now you not gonna make, so you get to the level that you get monetized. You put all the work in to be monetized. And now you gonna pull back your videos and not take your full appreciation of being monetized courtesy of Karen. You gonna take that, right? And decide I'm gonna shut down the videos because I don't want you doing commentary. This is what she's telling to you, P, right? Unspoken, purpose, unafraid. I don't want you doing commentary on my video. And you mad because I keep putting them on private or taking them down. And you're making, she's telling unspoken, purpose, unafraid. And you're making videos talking about release them. Release them. That does sound stupid. But do you see the bullying tactic? She all in your pockets. She's running your pockets. This is a worse play than just getting pulled over and frisked on the side of the road. She all inside your revenue so you can't make money because she can't make money. See, and that is a very critical point. You got this woman, unspoken, purpose, unafraid, telling you that she's got other monetized channels, but not the one that she's causing the most problems in this community. Are y'all not seeing a repetitive behavior here? A pattern of behavior around here? You got people like Gears, right? Telling you, I don't monetize this channel, that I do this shit over here. Now, he's never admitted that he monetized some other channel some other where, but that's what a reasonable person can conclude from that. You got this other woman telling you that she brings LTG, that she brings her turmoil of her family life to this sector, that she docks people and she does the unbelievable shit to people here, right? But she's somewhere else making money with 15 other channels, right? Notice the number didn't grow even though the experience has expanded or whatever, right? She got 16 channels, like she just never even changed the number now. It's just 16 channels over there. Like, she's like, I could just stop. The bitch said niche. I was like, what the fuck is, it's called the niche. She said, I'm going to go get a niche. I'm going to go get a niche moving forward. Oh, okay. Go get a niche moving forward. Man, that's that bullshit right there. She gonna go get a niche and make money off her niche. Because I make more money over there than I ever did over here. I got 63. I couldn't believe this. Money Boy's over there. She keep talking about she got 60 plus members. If she has 60 plus members, why did she do a members only video on unlisted? He said, show the proof. I'm not looking for no generated proof from her. She says she got 60. I'm gonna go with it. It's 60 channels, right? 60 times $5. What is that? Nearly $300. Let me do some math over here. I believe I heard him say 63, but y'all might be able to ask that husband that left now, husband number 5. I'm gonna round it up to $5, even though you don't get the full $5. You mean to tell me she puts out $300 a month, close to $300 a month, to promote a dormant channel? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. She didn't add views to that to those videos over there. The one about her husband walking out on her, which is a real bitch move too, right? But she got 63. She got 63 members over there. And then she wants you to believe that out of the 63 members, she only got one leak. Question for her is, how many of those memberships did she pay for on her own? That's the question for her. If she had any confidence, she would have never put that video on unlisted. She would have just shared it with her members. It would have been a members only live. Period. But she needed it to leak. She needed to embarrass her husband more. That's the mental stability that we have to deal with around here. If you have learned to accept her nonsense, LTG's nonsense since you've been here, then you can accept Carly disappearing herself on the side of the road. These are women who crave some sort of attention and affection from outward. They need somebody on the outside to validate them. A made bitch like Mo Momo, and Eric, you can get all mad about the bitch comment. I'm good. A made bitch like Mo Momo, I don't need anybody's validation. I'm enough for me. Once upon a time, a man loved me so much that he loved me for the days when I could no longer be loved. I've always said that since I've been here. I came here, I shared my life stories, my path, my struggles, my road to where I am at today. And it became other people's content because I'm the top dog. They could have chose not to talk about me. But they looked at it and said, she's value added to my platform, so I must talk about her. Otherwise, you will look at the situation and say, ooh, that's too messy for me. Ooh. Her a side hoe. I ain't got no time for no side hoe. They looked out here and they saw people engaging with me and they grew jealous. Yeah, it was jealous. I was in the car the other day and I was thinking about the difference between envy and jealous. Which one's worse? So I'm just going to use jealous for now. They grew jealous of what was going on over here. I experienced this with Faith in my season 1. Many of the confusion I had with Faith had to deal with the women that were mutually around her And Faith had no idea what they were sharing with me, that she thought they were telling me the same thing they were telling her. And she came back and she kept saying, Mo, I'm that type of woman, and you that type of woman too. And I had never even spoken to the women. Majority of the women she had spoken to at that time, I had never even had a one-on-one with them. I spoke to them via my platform. They were willing participants day in, day out to come in here. She wanted that same type of respect. She built a following afterwards, but she built her shit on my back initially. Then she gave it to LTG, who destroyed it. You can't make this stuff up when you look at the history of the channels and you look at the history of the relationships around here and the interactions. I'm looking at stuff today and I understand it more, how corrupt these people were. I remember when I was helping Alethea, there was a lynch mob that kept coming for me because they wanted to know what I knew that they didn't know. And they wouldn't stop until they got their hands on that information by any means necessary. And I've never denounced that because I understand the game. I understand the war that I'm in. I respect its origins. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to have petty arguments that serve no purpose but some unforeseen plan of somebody else's. I don't got time to give somebody a self-gratification because I engaged them. I will go through and find you the facts. I will close out a few things. I still got the Mimi situation that's still up there, right? And the only reason why the Mimi situation is valid is because after Unspoken Purpose made all of her commentary on me and my appearances on the panel after the guy from Brooklyn showed up in my neighborhood and stuff, she put out a sense of Monica, like she put out this image of me to her people that they went and, joined her with it. Oh, she's weak. I'll just use that as the best way to describe something. She's weak. And then they turned around and with that weak narrative, some people from here went over there to spread more hella hate. And I never understand what Mimi's motive was, but I understand what came out of her action. So I can't say that her motive for going over there aligned with the response she got or the response I got. I can't say, I don't know, because I would have to ask her what was her intention for going over there and what result did she think was going to come from that. I honestly thought she would link up with some people who didn't like me and maybe I would take a good fight with them and it would become entertainment for some other people. Maybe she was truly of the belief that I would have supported JJ attacking her based on her account of what happened, which is not what I did. I went back and I listened to how their dispute began, and I realized that Mimi engaged in some of the worst things that we can do as women, which is incorporate our loved ones in something that we don't really want them to be in. We don't put our men out here, our males, and I'm gonna come back and say something else about males and the Kanika situation as I close out. But we don't put our males up here to be in disputes with unknown people. So if I had a chance to speak to Mimi, full knowledge when she came in my chat, if I had the knowledge, I would have shared those thoughts at that time. I had limited information other than I knew that she was in a dispute with him. But how it started, I was not aware of at the time. So what I could have contributed and what she wanted from me at that time, she couldn't get because I didn't have the hashtag background. For that dude, Looney Tunes, because this is some lunatic type shit around here, but for the Looney Tune dude, right, which is a trademark entity. So can you imagine being over in a no trademark zone, you know, Nicole's perspective, TM, and a dude has a comment named Looney Tunes from Warner Brothers. Need I say more? That is lunatic. One of the developments that I saw as a mother of both a daughter and a male, and knowing where I lost the battle on some things and where I still have my hands on other things, I was convinced that by being on this platform and seeking justice for Kanika, I was saying to all the black folks who have abandoned the male child and allowed for a black on black crime to take out our black males before they reach good into their 20s. I was saying it's not going to happen to our females. Y'all, as men, the men in the black community have abandoned the black male. And we as women at that point were saying, we're not going to abandon, you're not going to kill our black girls, young women, and think we just going to let you murder them and it'll be okay. Not on our watch. That's what it meant to me. I cannot speak to the hundreds of other people that formulate that community called J for K. But I know what it meant to me. It meant I supported a mother in her quest to get justice, and I was not going to sit aside and watch you kill, murder, death, kill black young ladies and think that they have, that you just gonna, what do y'all say, delete them, and we not tell you that that's unacceptable, that we not stand firm and say, Now, DLD put up a post. I wrote on DLD's wall, right? This is me going outside of the Kanika experience, right? And I think I won't be calling it. It's still a cemetery when you practice the demonic themes that people practice here, right? But I think that there are more people like the Mississippi Musty bitch. I think she practiced some demonic type of stuff around here that she's openly impressed upon us that she does. I'm gonna continue to call this Kanika thing a Kanika experience because this J for K experience, that is really what this has been for me. Some people call it, in their putting together of this stuff, some people call that Kanika experience a psyop. Some people call it a social experiment. So depending on what side of the fence you fall on the Kanika experience, there's a lot of facets to it. It is one of the most fascinating social engagements ever to be put out here, that we get to self drive it and we have no self management. We have no functions in place to mature this appropriately. Instead, it's just been rampant. This is like we don't have the ability to domesticate it. And if you don't know what domestication is, look it up. But I be damned if I'm gonna let somebody that wasn't around in the beginning, or somebody who is not part of something, define me. And you should not either. Monica shouldn't define who you are, nor should these other people. What you stand for should be your own undertaking. And each one of you should be able to define what's your purpose. And when you are of age, meaning you're adulting, your purpose should never be unspoken, because you should be working to that goal and setting things, pathways, putting in place ways to achieve that goal, that purpose. If you're walking around here without a purpose, or you don't have a church home at this point in time, look to your creator. But don't look to man for the answers that come from within you. This is your inalienable right. Questions, comments, concerns out of the chat. And I want to thank everyone who came in this chat today and was respectful. I appreciate that. And I want to thank all of you who watched and didn't disrupt the environment, because that must have been difficult for some of you at some point. But I appreciate you showing me that much respect and showing yourself enough respect that you did not interrupt my processes over here. I appreciate you for who you were today. I hope y'all behave like that more so in the future. Mm, I'm about to end, but I will be going live after this members only live stream all the way. It's going to be members only. One thing we could say is I think that the people, this internet people, I think they did their job. I didn't buffer. I didn't buffer. Thank you, Rio, for that. I appreciate it. Um, and everyone's not gonna agree with me, and I respect that as well. But I'm just mindful of the people that are around here, and I just know we represent something so much more greater, that you got people telling you that they want to incorporate you into them. Don't get swallowed up by other people. That's all I have to say. Be the unique individuals that we really are. And on that note, this is Mo. Today's broadcast was brought to you by no other but the M and the O. Mo, Mo, Mo. It's okay, Lisa. I'm about to do the second peak, which is gonna be members only. So you'll get the members only notification, and we'll go from there.